Hello, Bertold. Hi again.
Hello.
And welcome to everyone. This is our final episode, at least to this series. We touched, your work a little bit, relationships, professional success, the facilitator. And today I want to bring something that we talked in our last meeting, which is the knowing field. I know it was coined by Albrecht Mahr to explain this magical phenomena that happens in family constellation, that a person who comes to a group is able to tap into feelings, events, emotions of a family system he doesn't know. So I'm very curious about it, and I want to hear from you, what is it in your own explanation?
So first, the word which Albrecht Mahr, knowing field, doesn't explain anything. It's just a word. So Bert Hellinger was always saying when he was asked, this is a mystery. And I know humans cannot stand long time a mystery. They want to have explanation. So when Albrecht Mahr came with this word, there was such a big relief in the community. Now we know something. I was amazed because it's just a new word and it sounds more reasonable than mystery, but it doesn't explain anything in a way. So, and then there were many people who try to explain it in rational ways. So just with whatever this is, mirroring neurons or physical explanation. And for me, it doesn't explain anything. No explanation till now I could find satisfying. So in a way, it stays a mystery, even if we call it knowing field. So, and I think what we are doing in constellation, we get used to it. So it's no more, it doesn't seem anymore to a mystery. It's like if you make a light bulb, you put it on a button and then it's light. It's a mystery for you because you cannot explain. But because you are used to it, then you take it for granted. And I think this is what will happen for many people if they are used to family constellations. They take it for granted in a way. So that is a knowing field. But it's, for me, it's really stays a mystery. And I really want to feel more, to see more what is going on. What is it? And naturally, we can describe things even if we don't understand them. So, and there are not enough description for family constellations. What is really needed that this field comes into life? So we get used to some ways. So let's say the client chooses representatives for his family and then sets them up. And so we think, this is not, it's necessary that constellation work. But it's not necessary, not the client. If I choose as a facilitator the representatives, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't make any difference. If I tell the representative, just find the places you feel, it doesn't make any difference. So there's much more mystery in that.
So in your groups, do you let the client pick representative or?
Yeah, just out of habit.
I guess I understand.
And I think the good thing is when a client picks a representative, he has the feeling he can more connect with it. So if he sets them up, he can more connect. If I do it, it may be a little bit, he has to bridge it. that is my family. If he does that, it's make it easier. So I do that normally. So
yeah, and it gives him a control too, like a sense of he's
sense of control.
active.
He has
Yeah,
no control, but a sense of
yeah,
control.
yeah. And how did you meet this mystery or knowing field for the first time? What?
But I think it was just, first time I was in a workshop of Bert Hellinger about organizational constellations, and I could see how it worked. I was not, in a way, I was not so amazed. I saw, this is he doing. Representative can give answers and feelings. At that moment, I was not so very much excited. It was.
Interesting.
But
Yeah, I know. I remember
now I'm more excited.
now you're more, because when I did it for the first time, I was amazed. As you say, we want explanations so we feel safer. And I thought maybe if you put a person in a special position in relation to other, everybody feels the same things. I tried to come up with many explanations, but what do you think is this field or mystery? Is it outside of us, inside of us?
No, I just say I'm in an intervision group. We meet 3 times a year. And last time, it was 1 month ago, I was so curious, so I wanted, or I can make a bigger round, because why did I come more to this excitement of this knowing field? I was in an online session of someone who was working with constellations, but in a double-blind way. So that and I wanted to be a representative. So I was sent out and they were discussing what they want to put up. And then there was a screen, and there were a yellow triangle, square, a green square, some red thing. And I could choose now what I want to represent. I choose the yellow triangle. And then I could move with the cursor my triangle on the screen and connect. And I felt such an anger against the not as a green square. So that was so amazing. I didn't know what I was representing. I didn't know what was going on. I just had emotions. They were coming from I don't know where. And after that, that was explaining, it was a very abstract constellation. So that was with authority and organization. And so I went to a small congress about this, people who do this kind of work in organizations, just to understand more. But I did not understand more. I came back with the same questions. So this is, where does it come from? So, and I think this is a field of consciousness in a way. And in this intervision group, I wanted to do a constellation about that. So we were 6 people or so. I said, I would like to see myself in connection with this knowing field. So, and I said, I would like if everybody could make the same, that I could see the differences. They were a little bit doubtful. But then I set up a woman for the knowing field. I had a big distance, and I was full of awe, and I could bow, and I just said it, just say, I feel. And the knowing field said some words to me, just say, I'm fine with you, or something like that. I even don't remember. So I was really happy. And then the others also became interested. So the knowing field stayed, and everybody, so 4 came in front of this. And it was every time different. Not much. There was this big wisdom or something, loving energy, and some were doubtful, they wanted more, and there came always something very nice to the person. You must look still more in this direction of something, or that was so. I was so amazed. So that gave me, some kind of trust to. So, and I know when I'm leading constellations, I feel I'm part of this field. So I'm not someone who sees the field, let's say the representatives, and it's outside and directs it. No, I see whatever is coming out in me is also part of the field. This gives me a lot of freedom in a way.
It's interesting. It was one of my questions because it's it's different, but it's almost like to investigate the brain. It's like you cannot, you don't have tools to do that. So I'm really curious about this because if you're as a facilitator are in the field, then what's your relationship with it? You're different than the representative. You
I have a
cannot,
different role.
and you cannot see the whole thing like from afar. Like, so how do you just trust whatever comes up? What?
No, I follow my impulses. So if I want to see it from far, I can withdraw a little bit and look it from far. It's just, I think it's a reflection of your being, also of your personality, of your heart, and that is triggered when you are standing there. So you follow your heart, you follow your instinct. Everybody's different. Some go in this direction, others go in another direction. Sometimes there's something wrong also that can also be part of it. But this is this field.
And how do you, I don't know what you think about it, but how do you know that you're tapping to the field and it's not your personal aspirations or needs?
Well, it's the same as a representative. When you are standing in a role, the beginners are asking themselves, "Oh, is this my background or is this the role?"
Yeah.
And when you have done it 10 times, you don't ask that anymore. You just say what is coming up. And it's the same for the facilitator. I don't ask myself, is this my personality, my ego, or whatever? I just am a part of it like a representative, so I can go with whatever is coming up. And I have to be in my role, I see I have to be flexible. I don't have the truth. I allow myself to be led by the representatives, by what they tell me. So it's not I'm in the field and now I know what's going on. No, this is just a little role in this field, like a representative.
So yeah, so you do need a lot of trust because it's almost like listening to something bigger.
Yeah, you make it so far away. No, you don't. You are a part of the field. If you know it or not, if you trust it or not, you are. So
So now I'm curious. We have the field in family constellation, but when we go out in our daily life, where is this field? Is it still do you
I
use
think
it?
there was, when I was telling I want to see the knowing field in me, there was one man who said, "Oh, if this is not enough, can we put some cosmic field behind it?" And I said, "No, I want just to see the knowing field and me." And when he came in the role, stood before, he also wanted to see the cosmic field, and the knowing field said, basically, this is not necessary, but if you want it, and the representative took a chair and said, "This is a cosmic field behind me." And later on, the representative took the chair and hold it around him. So there was one, you could say, what
They
came
become
out.
one.
So
Yeah.
these are just different words for this whole field. So I think it's a part of this enormous spiritual, whatever consciousness field is a part of it.
So do you ever use it outside of the constellation, family constellation, in your life, in your daily life?
I don't use it. I don't use it when I'm a facilitator. The field is using me. So you should ask the field, does you use Bertold Ulsamer in his daily life? That would be interesting if we had a representative and could ask the representative this. And I think he would say, yes, I use it.
It reminds me two things. One is when we talked about, you said that you're not searching, you're letting life be found.
Life.
And I also
And I
read,
think this is for everybody. I don't think I'm an exception. This is just what happens, but we are not aware.
but most of us are so curious and we want to understand and we want to
Yeah, that is
it's very
also
easy just
fine.
to it's very easy just to say, I trust whatever happens and let
Yeah.
life lead me.
No, it's also part of the field, this wish to know and to understand. This is a big drive. This is not outside. This is not. So when I came back from this little congress, I was so excited. And sometimes I get really, with the excitement, too high. And I wanted to write a book about the knowing field and so. And my wife already brought me down a little bit because she knows when I'm too excited, I'm no more grounded. So now I'm more grounded. I have the material. I collect material. And I'm so amazed. I was checking with AI about the fields. What are they? And so really what I think AI, it's also a field and a part of this field. I would say we have many fields. So you can say just shamans say there are fields. So, and they see it, they know it, and they work with it. So there must be something in a way. And when I read Harari about the history of mankind, he was describing also the field of the mind, you could say. He was saying we have words, and with a word we connect things. And he said he has this example about, let's say, Ford, a factory of cars. This is also all in the mind in a way. Everybody knows the factory is there. So he goes to work and he gets money and cars are produced. But this is only possible because there is this field of the mind. Because if you would wake up without mind, you would not see anything, any connection. Why do the people go? What are they pulling to work if you don't know what is going on? And when I was thinking about the field, I think this is a big, big field in a way we are in. Well, I just say what we know is this transgenerational field. So what we meet in constellations is this power of the past. And that we can see everywhere. So how people are driven by the past, by the wounds of the childhood, by the wounds of the collective wounds, that we can see everywhere. So, and we are part of it. So me as a German, I'm part of it. I'm a German, so I'm connected to this, the background of Germans. And so this is daily life in a way. You go to the street, you read a newspaper, and you see, oh, this field is there.
Yeah. And Carl Jung described it as described something as collective conscious. That it's like a place where all our conscious are like a box of conscious. Do you think it's related?
No, I don't see a box of consciousness. I see
Uh,
spread
yeah.
everywhere. We are all in that. This is not a box. We are in the box of consciousness.
Yeah. So, as you can see, I'm trying to dig in and some
Yeah, it's good.
understanding, but you keep saying it's a mystery. It's
Sure.
it's just is like
It's a mystery, but it was always there.
yeah.
So this collective, this transgenerational, what we discover is just now we have. There's a time that it can be seen, these connections. That is a miracle that constellations bring it into life. I'm so amazed by it. That is,
Yeah.
my God, I sometimes I think this is shamanic work, really. It's a different shamanic work, but it's just the same, has the same depth.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's because it's so easy in a way to gather people and choose them and they bring information. I'm thinking, how can we use it in life, not just when we are in therapy, but maybe I will have to I don't know. Mm,
I don't know, because it's special, because we use that with representatives. So this is a special form. And without this form, it's existing, I think, everywhere, but it's not so accessible as in constellations.
But Bertold, I have a glass right here and a pen right here. They can bring so much information too. If I say this is my father and this is my homeland, or I don't know. So
Yeah.
it's so
So this is so amazing that with your mind you open into this field of this knowing field.
yeah.
You get some access, clear access. I think this access was always there. Some people did it, or if you were in theater and there was these old tragedies in Greece or things that was also part of this. Some rituals in a way that is so, and
Yeah. So we can see ourselves all the time walking in a field. I don't know if it's
yeah,
generational or
yeah,
mind or
sure.
anything
Yeah.
else. And it required, I guess, a lot of trust to 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 even to talk about this and saying how do I feel as this pen in relation to this
Yeah.
require trust.
What I do in constellations, uh, I see more and more in the background of everything there is love. So this is something very important. So we can find it in every family.
Yeah.
So it's just in the depth when we go really deep enough. So that means there's a lot of barriers of pain, of guilt and everything. It's covering. But when we go deep down, we find love.
Yeah.
I did once a constellation about, it was a fiction constellation, but I know the field is there. in a way. And I wanted to show trauma, how we can find solutions. I said, I want to have some woman who was raped from somebody unknown who disappeared, and has a child. And then I said, it's a group, a boy or a girl, because it makes such a difference in a way. But they couldn't decide, so I said, okay, so we have twins, 2 eggs, twins, boy and girl. So, and we set it up, and they were so big, this crime and this guilt and the shock of the woman, and it had all to be expressed. And from the man, the representative of the man, and the children were part of this. So I explored that and went on for more than 1 hour. And at the end, they could stand, the father and the mother, before the 2 children who felt seen and loved as children. This seems to be crazy in a way, but that I believe in the depth of life, and there's love.
Yeah, it's something I really love in family constellation. It's very optimistic that underneath everything there's this.
Yeah, it's not optimistic. Optimistic is so, it's a little bit, it sounds cheap. Sorry.
No, yeah, you. So how would you describe it?
I can say I found it till now, always. And I'm open that if I'm not sure, maybe I'm limited and it's not true. But this is I sometimes explain when I do a constellation, I have a kind of star. This is the orders to honor, everybody belongs to the family. This has to be found, that we can acknowledge it. And this is like a star, and I'm groping in the dark in the countryside, and there is directions, light, left, and so I have to go around a mountain. But I direct myself again and again to the star. That means the love. Can I find it? Can I see it? Maybe I don't reach it. It's also fine. I'm fine with it, but this is a direction.
Okay, so it's an observation, but I
Yeah.
wanna point that we never know what came first. You looking for your star love, or you bump into the love at the end of the session?
I think this is part of the field when I'm in. I can feel it, I can see it. In a way, this is the first time I came to this answer. But so I'm here and I feel it. I have compassion, I feel my heart, and with that, try to find it. So everybody belongs to the system, so everybody has to carry his own life and death, so I have to honor this. This is about growth, in a way, to become a grown up as a human being. That is family constellations for me.
Yeah.
And as a grown up being, and for me means I know I'm alone. I have my birth and I have my death. I have a life and a fate. I will make mistakes. I have to carry the consequences. I will be guilty. I will be joyful, everything. This is life. And I face it and I take it. And when I look around, I see everybody's in the same boat. So at the same time, we are separate and connected in this field, I can say, as human beings.
Yeah. But sometimes it feels like we are confused and we just bump into each other with our confusion, It's like, yeah. Do you ever use this field when you do one-on-one work?
You have always the same kind of question using the field.
Mm.
That is not using the field. I don't use the field. But it comes. So when I see there's not a big difference when I'm doing an online session, the field is there. And it's amazing sometimes when I do online sessions, I do like a constellation, so I give the inner images. And then sometimes let's say there comes someone and says, with my mother I have problems, so I imagine your mother where they're standing and where you're standing. I give the child a sentence, and sometimes I give the mother a sentence. And I realized I had said a sentence, so imagine your mother is telling you that. In this moment, I knew already this is not the right sentence. So that means, I was too fast, or so. And this is for me the field. Others would explain it in another way, but I have the feeling, like in the constellation group, I'm feeling what is going on. I have ideas, sometimes right, sometimes wrong.
So I'm trying to translate to my own language.
Yeah.
It's not about finding and using it. It's more about relaxing into it. Like, okay, to know it's there, to trust it,
Always
and
there,
to
so yeah. When you
listen.
allow it, so that means if you are open to it, it's there in a way.
Yeah.
And it's subtle, it's not a big thing, it's not.
It's subtle, but it's huge.
Yeah, okay.
So to me, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing and it's subtle.
It's a subtle big thing. But so I guess that's what I'm taking. And it's not the first time we are around the subject of search. Instead of searching, just let things be found in me. So it's the same for this field. Instead of searching and using it, it's just remember it's there and listen.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me say something about searching.
Okay.
So that is basically an insight of Hellinger, and it comes into my mind when he said about God and gurus. So people are searching, a guru are searching God, and he says, this is the Father you are searching. And I was in Pune in India when Osho was he was no more alive then, and there was a video I could see that was sitting before him, and I said, I will try that if that is true. Do I confuse him with my father also? And I imagined up to the screen, there's my father. And I just looked up to my father and noticed my feelings. And then I looked down and made what is the difference, what is similar. And then I could really separate something, what was transmitted from me to the guru in a way that belonged to my father. And there was a more pure energy then. And at that knew I stopped to search. I'm now finding, grounding. And maybe the search is something which is searching the mother, maybe something which are really deep. There is this longing and this search. So we search it everywhere. And if you have found it, then you can allow yourself to be found too. Maybe send it.
First of all, I love it because it takes me from the air to the chair.
Yeah, it's a ground. Yeah.
To the ground. And it's one of your skills to make things simple, but also truth. So I feel this is one of them. So every time I'm using or in the term searching, remind me. I will remember and
Yeah, because you can ask if when I search, is there a longing?
Mm.
And what is a longing when you go deep down? And then you may find this is an old longing. This is not just my mind want to know. There is more something for fulfillment or for peace or for nourishment. And then it's coming from the back.
Mm. So I really love it, and I think many people at least in this lifetime are longing or searching. I'm not sure, but it's good to check for everyone
I
who
think
listen.
everybody.
Yep.
There may be rare exceptions, but I can say from my life, I was searching, I was longing. And this is the wound we carry from our childhood. And I think most people have this wound. So there is something unfulfilled, and is a longing come. This is a drive. And this drive can lead us to something new. It was leading me to what I found and what I am right now.
Yeah. So was it like a process, or there was one point that something shifted, like Osho, or like something
There were
different?
many points where
Many
something
points.
shifted. Always little, at the moment it seems a big shift, and then it goes on, and then there comes another big shift.
Mm.
But it's goes on. Big shifts, you can say.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if these big shifts are like, radio stations, that you are attuned to radio stations. Sometimes you hear, and sometimes you hear very good the station. It's like, to me, it's like attuning to the field to be on the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whew. It's big, but it's also not big. So
Yeah,
it's yeah. Bertold, thank you so much. We are, coming to at the end of 5 times that we met and we talked. And for me, it was amazing and wonderful to not just to learn from you, but to be able that other people will hear your, thoughts and teachings. And I really enjoyed. Yeah.
the same for me. I really enjoyed it. It becomes every time more flowing, more smooth.
Mm-hmm.
There's really that's a joy in a way. Just to talk about things, and I feel I can be sincere, and then new ideas are coming up, or I find new words for things. That is really good when there are good questions or connection. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And so I'm saying it's the final one, but I'm sure we'll meet in the future. And I invite people who listen, if they have topics or questions that they really want to ask you, feel welcome to email me, and I will see if we can make another time to meet. I also going to put a link. We did a digital course together in which you show all your tools how to deal with trauma with family constellation, with NLP, and I really recommend it. I'm going to put a link also. And it was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Bertold.
Thank you so much, Iris.
Okay.
Thank you so much for those who listen.
That's true. Thank you so much.